Because Prophet said every baby is born upon natural inclination. His family make him a Jew or a Christian or fire worshipper. So the one who has not reached age puberty, he still has a fitrah. Children, babies. The fitrah of believing one God. You know? Yeah.
So basically, if he's a kid, it doesn't matter.
He's a Muslim Aslan. Yeah. Justice of Allah. Yeah, justice of Allah, alhamdulillah. But Christian, they believe child was born with sin. They believe you're Christian, what's your name? Tony. Shamsi, my name is Shamsi, Tony. But that shows you again, Tony, justice of Islam. Not because I'm Muslim, Tony, but because I study Christianity and Islam, yeah? For example, how a child is going to born a sinner?
You know, because I always had that thought, because like, he's a baby, you wouldn't know anything.
That's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, it's like, obviously, if you're not Christian, if you're not baptized, you're not going to heaven. So I wanted to know, like, what's the Muslim?
No, Islam is just, Allah said, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. We'll never punish people until we establish the truth upon the meaning. For example, imagine someone live in the middle of nowhere, okay? Never heard about Islam, okay? Then he dies. On the day of judgment, Allah will not punish him directly. Allah will test him first, because the truth has not reached him. Okay. What would say, Antonio, do you believe in Jesus God?
Yeah.
Okay. You seem like a nice guy, smart guy. You as a Christian, as a Muslim, we believe God is perfect, correct? We believe that God knows everything all the time. And we believe God, no one is greater than him. Okay. So, we don't know everything about God, but we know certain things about God which we worship God based upon. Okay, so anyone claims to be God and he doesn't know the hour, or he doesn't know my name, can he be God? It's impossible. Okay. In the Quran, Allah mentioned to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, they ask you the meaning of the verse. Oh Muhammad, they ask about the hour, the day of judgment. Say no one knows except Allah. This verse, same thing Jesus said in the Bible. Jesus was asked in Mark 13:32. He was asked, he said, no one knows the day and the hour, not even the angels in the heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. So Jesus clearly said he doesn't know the hour.
Actually, I'm not really that much.
No problem. You can put Mark 13:32. I will show you. Also, Jesus said, according to the Bible, Jesus said, the Father is greater than I. But no one is greater than God. You see, that's why.
Matthew 24:36.
But about the day or the hour, no one knows. Not even the angels in the heaven, nor the Son, but only.
It's only the Son and the Father.
No.
Oh, which one you're reading?
This one. But about the day and the hour, or hour, no one knows.
Not even the angels or in heaven or the Son, but only the Father.
See? And this is exactly what Prophet Muhammad said. Of course, Prophet Muhammad never used the term Father, because the term Father was used by the Israelites, which means. Yeah, do you know what it means? It's similar.
Basically, the Hebrews, for the Hebrews, like back in the day, they used to call God Father. That's how they used to describe him.
But why they call him Father?
It's quite a long story.
I'll explain to you in summary. It's similar in Arabic language called Rab. Rab means Man Rabbak, someone who took care of you. So God is our Rabb. He took care of us. Like our Father is our Rabb, Rabb al-Bayt, the Lord of the house, because he took care of us. So the Israelites used to use it as our Father means the one who took care of us. Not our Father mean he had intercourse with our mothers. No, it doesn't mean that. You see what I'm saying? However, when the Romans accepted Christianity, they took it literally. Because the Romans were pagans.
That was like the part of Paul's teaching.
Paul's teaching, Paul's plan, yes. So Tony, when you look to the Quran, how Quran call people to worship God? Clearly, worship one God. Based upon God's wisdom and mercy. He chose prophets and messengers. Abraham, many of them, I'm going to summarize. Abraham, to teach the people. So as a Muslim, I believe, if I was alive at the time of Abraham, in order for me to go to heaven, I have to follow Abraham's teaching. After Abraham was Moses. If I was alive at the time of Moses, and I was from the Israelites, the only way to get to God by following Moses. Jesus, if I was alive at the time of Jesus, that's what we believe as the Muslims. If I was alive at the time of Jesus, for me to become a true believer of Jesus, I have to say, there is no one worthy of worship except Allah, and Jesus is the Messiah and the Messenger of Allah. And now the last prophet is Muhammad, and all of them came with the same message. Worship one God, stay away from the false gods. Understand? And Allah mentioned in Surah Zukhruf, Allah will never send a prophet and tell him to call people to worship himself. Always call people to worship one God. Jesus said, "O hail children of Israel, our God is one God." Clearly.
Yeah, true, but Jesus also said that, like, if you believe in me, you believe in my Father.
No, because what Jesus came with, Allah said that similar in the Quran. Allah said, "Whoever obeys Muhammad has obeyed Allah." What does it mean?
Yeah, that means like
Similar. Meaning, if you believe what Jesus came with, you believed what God sent him with. Now, if I said Jesus said there's one God, who I'm believing? Jesus and what God said, because we believe every prophet and messenger, God gave a revelation to them. You see, as Allah said, our Prophet Muhammad does not speak from his own desires, he speaks from the revelation. What I say to you, Tony, we are temporary here in this life, and one day we have to live this life. And there's Christianity, and there's Judaism, and there's Islam, and each one of them claim to have the truth.
but to be honest, every religion thinks that truth.
No, they have some truth, but we believe as a Muslim, the only religion has absolute truth is Islam. But I want for you to think about it, analyze. God is not a man, but Jesus was God, but he was a man.
Yeah, because he was saying the Trinity.
Okay, let's analyze Trinity. What I want you to do, don't be blind follower of your forefathers. God gave you intellect. Reflect upon it. Trinity, okay? Is God one or three?
He's one, but at the same time, to be honest, like how do you break through the Bible?
Let's analyze. Forget not about the Bible, Tony. It's about using intellect. You believe, I know what you believe in Trinity. You believe the Father is a fully God, correct? And the Son is fully God. How many God now?
That's two, but also the
I haven't come to the third one yet. No, that's so you have two already. Because, for example, can we have a father as God by himself? Or is a father in need of Jesus?
They're the same, because if whatever the Father is, it's the same for the Son.
No, what I'm asking Tony, sorry, yeah? You know the Father,
Yes.
is he fully God? Does he do whatever God do?
Yes.
Is he in need of anyone to make him God? Or is God independently?
Yes.
So khalas, we just stick with one God. Why do we need another one?
See, my Bible reflect is not really that fun.
Wallahi, I have respect for you. I'm having a nice discussion with you. I forgive you if I'm rude to you. But I'm just discussion, you know. What I will say, yeah, God gave us intellect and natural inclination. Natural inclination meaning you don't have to go to school to learn. You should not get married to your mother.
Yes.
You know it within you. Like you don't have to go to school that you should not kick a baby in the face.
Yeah, true, but the thing is this, God works in mysterious ways, like beyond our mind works.
But remember, the Bible said God is not the author of confusion. See, and Trinity, clearly confusion. Why? Because your Father is God, He's one God. That's it, we don't need nothing. Because He does everything what God do. Then say, no, Jesus is God. But it's not two God, it's one God. No, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like that. Just to show us Jesus was God, even the first miracle that he had was he had no father. He was born like just from Mary. Right?
Did Adam had a father?
Huh?
Adam, did he have a father?
Yeah, but Adam was the first human. He was created from the ground.
No problem. What about Mary? Not Mary, sorry. Eve. Who's her mother? Do you know what Allah said in the Quran? إن مثل عيسى عند الله كمثل آدم خلقه من تراب ثم قال له كن فيكون. Allah said to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when the Christian Arabs came to him, he said, tell them that the similitude with Allah, of Jesus with Allah, is like Adam. Allah created him from the dust and said, be. What you have to understand here, the similitude here Allah is referring to, not from every angle, because Jesus was not created from dust. The similitude here was, he came to life with the word be. Adam was created from dust, but he came to life with the word be. Okay? So Allah wants to show us that He's all powerful. He created Adam without a father and a mother. Because as a human being, in order for me to have a child, I need a woman. Okay, woman need a man. Allah wants to show us these rules doesn't apply to him. So He created Adam without a father and a mother. Okay? And now Eve, now for Adam to have to have a woman from him, he needs a woman. But Allah created Eve from a man, not a woman. Then Allah wants to show us that He can create a human being from a woman without a man. He created who? Jesus. You see what I'm saying? Clear. Allah wants to show us His power. However, all of them are the servants of the Creator. But however, when the Christians, when the Romans accept Christianity, they mix up the truth with the falsehood. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned. One of the reasons Prophet Muhammad was sent to clarify the truth to the people of the book. Who are they? The Jews and the Christians. Yes, Jesus was a mighty messenger. Yes, Jesus was a Messiah, true Messiah. Yes, Moses was a true messenger. However, yes, God gave a book to Jesus. Yes, God gave a revelation to Moses. God gave a revelation to Jesus as well. However, those revelation was mixed up. Let me make it clear to you. Does God regret? What is regretting?
I'm getting Mincy making a mistake, but God does not make mistake because He already knows everything.
That's regretting mean. Imagine Tony. I said, you know, Tony, you're a good guy. I'm gonna let you look after my camera here. Then I go, come back, my camera gone. So I said, I regret because I never knew. So what happened? There's deficiency in my knowledge. In the Old Testament it says, God greatly regrets for choosing Saul as a king, because Saul, he turned his back on him. That's not God's nature. That's what Allah said in the Quran. When Allah decrees something, does not fear the outcome of it, because Allah knows the outcome of it. I'll give you another one. Do you know why there's many languages?
Yeah, I know why. There's because of the Tower of Babel, and then
that's it. So God, but basically, for people to know, so God looks upon the earth, and He saw people speaking one language, and they start building tall buildings, and He said nothing will stop the people now. So He came down, or the angel came down, and He caused confusion. But God doesn't care if you speak one language or you speak one tongue. God destroys everything. He's able to destroy everything. And did you know, building tall buildings, that was the belief of the Sumerians. The Sumerians used to believe if you build tall buildings, you'll be able to reach the heaven and overthrow God.
Oh yeah, I know about that story, like Babylonian.
You see, this clear teaching is in the Bible, paganism teaching. That's what comes to Quran. Let me ask you this question, okay? Sorry, I'm speaking. Then I'll let you speak, yeah? But this question I've been asking too many people, Tony. Maybe you have the answer. I want to show you how the Quran was preserved, okay? Do you know any book, the size of the Quran, no Quran size, it has been memorized by 100 million of people who does not speak the language of the book. Do you know any book like that? You know, example is like you and all of us here will memorize a book in Chinese, but guess what? We don't even speak Chinese. Do you know which book is that? Quran. You go to Africa, Asia, Europe, America, children, they don't know Arabic, but they memorize Quran word by word and letter by letter. Why? Do you know why? Allah mentioned that in the Quran 1400 years ago. Allah said, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّنَّا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We made Quran easy to be memorized. And it's exactly what's happening. African children, European children memorize the Quran word by word. This speech cannot be speech of human being. It's a speech of the creator of human beings. See, do you know who came with that? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you look to the teacher Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one God, only prophets, true prophets, Jesus, Moses, Abraham.
One thing I don't get is if that's the case,
ask any question you want.
Why didn't like God bring the whole revolution in one thing and give it to maybe Abraham? Because before, obviously, like Jesus, Abraham was the greatest prophet before Jesus.
Sorry, I didn't say the question. Say it again.
Before, like, instead of giving it to Muhammad, why don't God give the whole revolution to Abraham?
Yeah.
Because, like, Abraham was the start of Abraham religion, so obviously Judaism, Islam.
Okay. First of all, we say, all of us here as a Christian and Muslims, we have to agree, we don't question God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? You see?
I don't.
God question us. However, God, based upon His wisdom, there were prophets and there were nations. Yes. Some teaching that gave to some prophets, it was specific for that nation. You see? That's why we say the reason God sent another prophets, that's the reason. Like, to make clear, why we believe Prophet Muhammad to be the last prophet? Why? Because the reason for God to send another prophet, because the first prophet, his teaching was specific for his time. So people changed, developed, Evolved, not evolved like from monkeys, no. Evolved mean in their life. Yeah. So in their lifestyle. So God sent another prophet. The other reason, the first prophet's teaching has been corrupted. So God will send another prophet to correct that teaching. The last reason, God will send the prophets to aid prophet that was sent, like John and Jesus. Or likewise, the last reason, prophets will send for specific time and specific nation. After Prophet Muhammad was sent, all these reasons been removed. After Prophet Muhammad was sent, he was sent to everyone. Okay, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, his teaching was preserved. Okay, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, if Allah would send another prophet, he would send it in his time. So likewise, after Prophet Muhammad ﷺ died, Islam spread far east, far west. So God does things based upon his wisdom and his mercy and justice. But what I want you to understand, as a Muslim, I believe the Jews that rejected Jesus, they will go to the hellfire. But likewise, I believe the Christian that reject Prophet Muhammad, they will go to the hellfire if the truth was clarified to them. Because what you have to understand, Tony, Jesus never came to be Christian. What was his belief?
Obviously, to start with, he was Jewish. Obviously,
There was no Jewish anyway, by the way. There's no Jewish term in the Bible. He was Israelite to me. Yeah, that's his ethnic. That's his background. What was his belief?
normally, from what I know or what I believe, he believed that he came for a sin of mankind.
Did he believe in one God?
He believed he is God.
No, he never believes he's God. No,
That's
never.
the whole reason like, they killed him.
No. He never believes he's God. He never. You know why? Because if you believe, like this, that God has a God.
God does not have a God.
Jesus said, I'm going to my God and your God. Can anyone get please? When Jesus said, I'm going to my God and your God, it's so clear. Wallahi, do you believe the Bible has been changed?
To be honest, like, I believe most things have been changed because like you can tell with some messed up, even if you read the Bible, some of the things they've been corrupted because in some Bibles if you look at it, it says you're not supposed to fast, you're cut out. That's the simple thing. In Orthodox Bible we say you need to fast and pray.
Okay.
In Jehovah's Witnesses they fast.
So you accept the Bible has been changed?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Tony, this. Would the most merciful God, the most just God, the most wise God, would he leave us with a corrupted book, or would he clarify the truth to us?
He would clarify it to us, but the thing is, at the same time, in the Bible, I'm not really sure what page it is, but it says that like whoever corrupted the word,
It's true. And they still corrupted it. They don't care. So he will clarify the truth to us. Do you know what is that truth? In the Prophet Muhammad teaching.
But another thing I wanted to ask you as well.
Go on.
You know, most of the prophets, they're already going to Israelites. If you look at it, even from Abraham to all the way to Jesus. But Muhammad is the only prophet that has come out, and he's not learned.
Was Abraham Israelite?
Abraham, to be honest, he's Sumerian or Babylonian.
So he was not Israelite. Was he prophet of God? He was prophet of God. Was Noah Israelite? No.
Yeah, back then.
He was not Israelite, no. However, yes, there were prophets among Israelites, a lot of them. However, God wants to test the Israelites. Are they following the prophets of God because they are prophets of God, or because they are from their nation? So God sent the prophets from the Arabs. No, the Arabs. Muslims mean, we believe Jesus was a Muslim. That's what I was asking you. Muslim doesn't mean you're Arab or Pakistani or Jamaican. Muslim means someone who submits to God's will, surrounded to his oneness, to his obedience, and free himself from the shirk, from polytheism. That's what it means. Doesn't mean you're of a Pakistani or something. Yeah. What country are you from? Ethiopia. So what I would say to you, Tony, so what do you call it? I was going to mention one point.
Take your time because the battery ran out.
No. So if we establish Prophet Muhammad to be true prophet, the logic dictates you should believe what he came with. Otherwise you'll be contradicting yourself.
You are right. But one thing as well, like, you know, from the Bible, now I don't know if it's been cut out or something, but like, when Jesus was, before the coming of Jesus, other prophets were talking about him.
I believe
and
that,
like, even with other prophets before they came, there was like they've been talking about them, but I'm not sure if there's like that in the Bible.
That's where I was going to come from. Isaiah 42. Alhamdulillah, Allah made you speak before. I'll show it to you. I'm going to show it to you. Isaiah 42. Here is my servants, whom I uphold, my chosen one, in whom I delight. I will put my spirit on him. He will bring justice to the nations. You just mentioned something. If you go to King James translation, he says he will bring justice to the Gentiles. And the Gentiles are the non-Jews. Yes, but this changed it to nations. Okay? I will put spirit upon him. Allah said, رَفِيعُ الدَّرَجَاتِ ذُو الرُّوحِ رفيع درجات ذو العرش يلقي الروح على أمره من يشاء يلقي الروح من أمره على من يشاء. Allah mentioned about him. Allah is the owner of the great throne, and he will put spirit upon to whom he chooses. The spirit here, do you know what it means? Revelation. So when he said he will put a spirit upon him, means revelation will reveal to him. That's exactly what Allah said in the Quran. Okay. He will not shout or cry out or raise his voice in the streets. Bruise reed, he will not break. And small, there's many things here. But the main point here, watch this. To open the eyes of the blind. I am the Lord, that is my name. I will not yield my glory to another or my praise to idols. See, former things have taken place, and the new things I declare. If you go to Hebrew, here new law. And we know Jesus, any prophet come after Moses, came with a Mosaic law. Okay, watch this. Let the witness, or sing to the new song, new law, yeah? Let the witness and his towns raise their voice. Let the settlement where Kedah live rejoice. Who's Kedah?
Kedah.
Okay.
I don't know that.
I will come tell you. Let the people of Selah sing.
Selah.
So there's Kedah, and there's Selah. Go to what's this? Go to Genesis 25:13. Genesis 25:13. It says, "These are the names of the sons of Ishmael." Sons of Ishmael.
Ishmael, that's Abraham's son.
Yeah, the Ishmaelites. Yeah. First Nabiot 25:13. Watch this. No, 25:13, I think.
Oh, 20.
Yeah. So it says, these are the names of the sons of Ishmael. The firstborn is Nabiot. You know the second one? Kedah. So these servants of God here, for you to read. This one. These are no.
My brother,
These
you say you're a descendant from Ishmael though?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are the names of the sons.
But there's no kings in Ishmael.
So you can read. There's princes 12.
12 princes. No
Yeah, the
kings.
name of the sons of Ishmael.
Only from Israel.
Give me a watch.
Ishmael.
Yeah.
Firstborn of Ishmael. Kedah.
That's beautiful that you know
That's
where you're from.
this sum?
Okay, first of all, these are the names of the sons of Ishmael. So the first, remember Isaiah speaking about Kedah. Why God is specifying, let the people of Kedah rejoice?
Yes.
Do you know why?
Why?
Historically speaking, from the Muslims and the non-Muslims, that when you go, no one came and made the people of Kedah rejoice except Prophet Muhammad. And the mountain of Selah is in Medina. Selah, mountain of Selah. Do you remember? Let the people of Selah sing. Mountain of Selah, and it's exactly what happened. When Prophet Muhammad migrated from Mecca to Al-Medina, the people of Medina rejoiced and they became very happy. And this prophecy, Tony, was used, you know by who? By rabbis at the time Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. They used it to prove their people Prophet Muhammad was prophesied in our books.
I need to actually learn a lot.
Check it. You know what's funny? When I had Jehovah's Witnesses, they come to the houses.
Yeah, they
So they came, I said, you know about Isaiah 42? Said, you know what, I don't know it. I'm going to call my scholar to come visit you. What day you'll be home? I said, Friday morning I'll be here. So they come Friday, the scholar is coming back, remember? And so we're speaking about it, clarifying it. You know, we need to bring another scholar.
I love the fact that you use the Bible as a reference to clarify what you want to say.
Yeah, because
I'm happy that you do that.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
That means we can glory in the Bible.
No, it means what it means. It means there's some truth in it. There is some truth in it.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not.
I believe some truth in it.
But the Almighty says that no kings shall come from Ishmael.
But there was prophet from Ismail.
There's prophet, but no king.
So do you accept this prophet Muhammad?
No.
So which prophet came from Ismail?
That's the thing. Then you'd have to have a different conversation.
So this Isaiah 42 is so clear. Even there's another prophecy in the Bible says, a book will be given to someone. He said, read. He said, I'm not learned. Hold a minute. This never happened in history. This, I can't remember which passages in Isaiah. A book will be given to someone. He said, read. He said, I'm not learned. In history, it never happened except with one prophet. When the angel Gabriel came to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said, read. He said, I cannot read. I'm not learned. I cannot read.
Isaiah
29. Isaiah 29, 12. You have studied, learned. Where are you from, Tony?
Ethiopia,
No, area.
Area, I'm from
Southampton. Where's Southampton again? East London.
Korea.
Oh,
M3.
oh, is this? East Southampton. There's Wolverhampton as well. But there's one in next to Birmingham.
Wolverhampton.
What about the one after Hammersmith?
Wolverhampton.
Okay, forget names anyway. English names. New York, York City. Anyway, you can take my number if you want. You can ask questions and we'll have discussion. Because why? As I've told you, God gave you him as a human being. You have your own brain. And I believe without any doubt, there is no salvation except by following Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And I believe at the time of Jesus, there was no salvation except by following Jesus amongst the Israelites. So if you want to take my number, exchange number, WhatsApp me. I have a friend of mine, Ethiopian, he is a revert as well, become Muslim. Alright, do you like exchange numbers?
But first,
It's up to you, no problem. But do research before it's too late. Wallahi, reflects, man. Do you have any leaflets or some
كتاب ما عندكم
book or something? Do you have leaflets?
Thanks, man. You actually make a lot of space for me.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, you can meet up. You can call me on my number and you can meet up, alright?